Imagine two friends, let's call them Jake and Ryan. Jake makes a lot of money, over $200,000 a year. Ryan, on the other hand, earns about $40,000 and lives paycheck to paycheck. Both of them wonder the same thing. Is it really about how much you earn, or is it about how you spend? To find out, they agree to do a 1-month experiment. They will track every single dollar they spend and compare results at the end. The goal? To see if rich people actually spend their money smarter, or if poor spending habits keep people poor. At first, the answer seems obvious. If you make more money, you can save and invest more, right? But what we discovered was shocking. It's not just about income. It's about mindset, strategy, and hidden spending traps that most people don't even notice. In this video, we'll break down what we learned from our real-world test. You'll see how the rich and poor spend differently, the hidden costs no one talks about, and the ultimate spending strategy that works for everyone, no matter your income. By the end of this video, you'll know the best way to manage your money, avoid common traps, and start building real financial freedom. Let's dive in. To find out how spending habits really affect financial success, we created a simple but powerful test. Jake, who earns over $200,000 a year, and Ryan, who makes $40,000, agreed to track every dollar they spent for 1 month. They didn't change their habits or budget differently, they just recorded everything as usual. The goal was to see if rich people naturally spend money in a smarter way, or if poor spending habits make it harder to get ahead. We also wanted to find out if there was a better way to manage money, no matter how much a person earns. To keep the experiment fair, both Jake and Ryan lived in the same city, rented their homes, and worked full-time jobs. They bought groceries, paid for transportation, and spent money on social activities. Their lifestyles were similar, but their bank accounts were very different. At first, it seemed obvious that Jake would have an advantage. After all, making more money should mean saving more, right? But as the weeks went by, surprising patterns started to appear. It wasn't just about income, it was about how and where the money was spent. The results would change everything we thought we knew. Number 1. Where the money goes. After 1 month of tracking their spending, we compared Jake's and Ryan's expenses. At first glance, their purchases seemed very different. But looking deeper, we found something unexpected. It wasn't just about what they bought, it was about how their spending choices affected their lives. Jake, the high-income earner, spent a lot on experiences like travel, networking events, and self-improvement courses. He also paid for services that made his life easier, such as a meal delivery subscription and a personal trainer. Surprisingly, even though he spent more overall, he actually paid less for basic needs like rent, groceries, and transportation. With a high credit score and a steady income, he had access to better loan rates, discounts, and bulk purchases that saved him money over time. Ryan, on the other hand, had a very different experience. Since he didn't have extra savings, he often bought things at full price instead of in bulk. He also paid late fees on bills when his paycheck wasn't enough to cover everything. His spending included small impulse buys like coffee, snacks, and lottery tickets, things that seemed cheap but added up quickly. One of the biggest surprises was that Ryan actually spent more on essentials than Jake did. The cost of living was higher for him because he didn't have access to financial perks like lower interest rates or cashback rewards. The numbers proved that the way money is spent, not just how much is earned, can make a huge difference in financial security. Number 2. The invisible costs of rich versus poor spending. At first, it seemed like the difference between Jake and Ryan was simple. One had more money to spend, while the other had to stretch every dollar. But as we looked closer, we found something even more important. It wasn't just about what they bought, it was about the hidden costs behind their spending choices. One major difference was time. Jake used his money to save time by paying for things like meal deliveries, cleaning services, and direct flights when traveling. This gave him extra hours to focus on his work, health, and personal growth. Ryan, on the other hand, spent a lot of time on everyday tasks like grocery shopping, cooking, and looking for discounts. While these seemed like smart choices, they also took time away from activities that could help him earn more in the future. Another hidden cost was financial stress. Since Jake had savings and investments, he didn't worry about unexpected expenses. Ryan, however, felt constant anxiety about bills and emergencies, which led to emotional spending. Sometimes he treated himself to small purchases just to feel better. Perhaps the biggest cost was missed opportunities. Jake invested in learning new skills, while Ryan hesitated to spend on anything that didn't bring an immediate reward. Over time, these small differences created a big financial gap. The way each person spent their money didn't just affect their bank account, it shaped their future. Number 3. Mindset differences. What really matters? After looking at Jake's and Ryan's spending, we realized that money habits are not just about how much someone earns. The biggest difference came from how each of them thought about money. Their mindsets controlled how they spent, saved, and planned for the future. Ryan saw money as something temporary. Whenever he got paid, he felt the need to spend quickly, either to cover bills or to enjoy small treats before his money ran out. He focused mostly on surviving the present, not thinking much about the future. When faced with an unexpected expense, like a car repair, he had to borrow money or use his credit card, making his financial situation worse. Jake, however, treated money as a tool. He saw every dollar as a way to build a better future. Instead of spending on short-term pleasures, he invested in things that would help him earn more over time, like books, courses, and networking events. He wasn't afraid to take small risks, like starting a side business, because he believed in long-term rewards. Another big difference was how they spent on experiences. Ryan often paid for entertainment, movies, concerts, and eating out. Jake also spent on experiences, but they were usually related to learning, meeting successful people, or improving his skills. In the end, it became clear. Wealth wasn't just about income. It was about mindset. Thinking about money the right way helped Jake grow richer, while the wrong mindset kept Ryan stuck in the same cycle. Number 4. The best spending strategy we found. After 1 month of tracking their spending, it became clear that neither Jake's nor Ryan's habits were perfect. Jake had the advantage of a high income and smart financial strategies, but he also spent a lot on luxury and convenience. Ryan was more careful with his money, but he often paid more in the long run due to late fees, high interest debt, and impulse spending. Neither approach was the best. The real secret to financial success was not just about spending like a rich person or saving like a poor person. The best approach was a mix of smart spending and smart saving. We found that the most successful people follow a strategy we call strategic spending. This means spending in a way that gives you the highest long-term benefit, no matter how much you earn. One important part of strategic spending is investing in the future. This doesn't just mean stocks and businesses. It also means spending money on skills, education, and health. Another key is cutting unnecessary expenses, but not in a way that makes life miserable. Instead of cutting all fun spending, successful people focus on reducing waste, such as paying fewer banking fees, negotiating bills, and avoiding interest payments. Finally, avoiding the poverty premium is essential. This means making small financial moves, like building a good credit score, buying in bulk, and avoiding high-interest loans that save money over time. In the end, the best spending habit is not about being rich or poor. It's about being in control of your money. Once you learn how to spend strategically, you can build wealth at any income level. Number 5. The 2025 money hack that changes everything. In 2025, managing money is easier than ever, but only if you know the right tools to use. One of the biggest changes in personal finance is the rise of AI-powered financial apps. These apps do more than just track spending. They analyze your habits, predict future expenses, and suggest smarter ways to use your money. Some even move money automatically into savings or investments, making sure you don't miss opportunities to grow your wealth. Another big shift is the subscription economy. More people now pay for monthly services instead of owning things outright. This can be good or bad, depending on how you manage it. Richer people use subscriptions wisely, only paying for services that improve their lives, like fitness programs or business tools. Poorer spending habits, however, often include too many unnecessary subscriptions like multiple streaming services or unused memberships, which add up quickly. One of the most powerful hacks in 2025 is micro-investing. Apps now allow anyone, even those living paycheck to paycheck, to invest small amounts of money in stocks, real estate, or even businesses. Over time, these tiny investments grow, helping people build wealth without needing large savings upfront. The future of money is not just about earning more, it's about using new technology to spend and invest smarter. Those who learn these hacks now will have a huge advantage in the years to come. After testing rich and poor spending habits, we learned an important truth. It's not how much you earn, but how you spend that shapes your financial future. The best strategy is not spending like the rich or saving like the poor. It's about making smart, intentional choices with your money. By using strategic spending, investing in the future, and avoiding hidden costs, anyone can build wealth over time. The first step is awareness. Start tracking your own spending, cut waste, and make every dollar work for you. Now, if you want to learn how to achieve financial success, then watch this video next. If you made it to this point in the video, please like and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.